The glass slipped from Emma's trembling hand and shattered across the kitchen floor. Water splashed everywhere, and for a moment, the world froze. The words hung in the air like a knife ready to strike. "Stepmom put medicine in Dad's water." 6-year-old Noah stood in the doorway, his little fists clenched, eyes wide with fear. His voice had cracked when he said it, but his message was clear. From the living room, David looked up from his chair, confused. "What are you talking about, buddy?" he asked, his tone calm but his eyes searching. Emma felt her heart race. She wanted to speak, to explain, but her throat closed up. The kitchen smelled faintly of mint, the vitamin supplement she had just poured into David's water, and now it looked like poison in everyone's eyes. "Noah, sweetheart," she said softly, forcing a smile that didn't reach her eyes, "it's just some medicine for your dad's health vitamins." But the boy shook his head violently. "No. You said Daddy shouldn't drink it all at once. You said it'll make him sleep." David's expression hardened. The air grew heavy. 2 years ago, Emma had entered their lives after David's first wife, Claire, died in a car accident. Claire had been Noah's whole world, and Emma knew from day one that she would never replace her. Still, she tried. She cooked Noah's favorite pancakes, attended his school plays, read bedtime stories even when he refused to listen. But no matter how hard she tried, Noah kept his distance, clinging to his father like a lifeline. David loved Emma deeply. She was gentle, patient, and carried the same warmth that had drawn him to Claire. But lately, things had changed. He'd been tired, dizzy, unable to focus at work. He thought it was just grief and stress until now. "What did you give me, Emma?" His voice was low, controlled, but dangerous. Emma's eyes filled with tears. "David, it's not what you think. You've been exhausted. I talked to the doctor about natural sleep aids, just mild herbs to help you rest." "Without telling me?" Her silence was her answer.
For hours, Daniel sat alone, staring at the empty living room. The photo frames on the wall, their wedding day, vacations, laughter, seemed to mock him. He told himself she deserved it. She had hidden something big. But the silence around him grew heavier by the minute, and doubt began to crawl into his mind. Sarah, meanwhile, wandered the empty streets, soaked to the bone. She had nowhere to go. Her parents were gone, and her friends had drifted away after Daniel's success. She sat down under an old bus stop, clutching that locket tightly. Inside it was a photo of a little girl with bright brown eyes and a sweet smile. Her name was Lily. No one knew about Lily except Sarah. Not even Daniel. 3 years ago, before she met Daniel, Sarah had volunteered at a small orphanage. There, she met Lily, a frail child battling leukemia. Sarah fell in love with the girl instantly, treating her like her own daughter. But one night, the orphanage caught fire. Sarah saved Lily, but the trauma had left the child weak and afraid. When Daniel proposed to her a year later, Sarah promised herself she would one day tell him about Lily. But then, Lily disappeared. The orphanage said a man had come forward with forged documents claiming to be her father. The police never found her. Sarah spent months searching, hiring investigators, following false leads, losing sleep and weight. Daniel noticed her distance, her secretive phone calls, and late-night absences, but she couldn't explain without reopening that wound. He thought she was cheating. And tonight, that assumption had destroyed everything. Days passed. Daniel couldn't focus on work. He scrolled through old messages, searching for clues, anything to prove he'd done the right thing. Then he saw it, an old envelope hidden behind a photo frame. It had Sarah's handwriting on it. "Open only if you stop believing in me." His hands trembled as he opened it. Inside was a letter, and a hospital report. The letter read, "Daniel, if you're reading this, it means you've stopped trusting me. I never betrayed you. I was trying to find someone, a little girl who meant the world to me. I didn't tell you because I didn't want to bring pain into our home. She was sick, and I feared losing her would destroy you as it did me. But I had to keep searching. Because I believe she's still out there, waiting for me. Please forgive me if my silence hurt you. I loved you more than I could ever say. Sarah. Daniel's eyes blurred. He stared at the hospital report. It had Sarah's name, listing visits to a children's oncology unit. Suddenly, everything made sense. The secret phone calls, the hidden trips, the locket she never took off. And he had thrown her out. The guilt hit him like a tidal wave. He searched for her everywhere, called friends, visited shelters, even posted online. Days turned into weeks with no sign of her. Daniel's house felt like a graveyard. Then one morning, he received a call from a small-town hospital 2 hours away. "Sir, we found your number inside a woman's bag. She was admitted last night after collapsing near the bus station. Her name is Sarah." Daniel didn't even wait to hang up. He drove through the rain, tears streaming down his face. When he reached the hospital, he saw her, pale, weak, but still with that same quiet grace. She looked up, and her eyes softened the moment she saw him. "Daniel," she whispered. He fell to his knees beside her bed. "Sarah, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I thought." She placed a trembling hand on his cheek. "It's okay. You were hurt. I understand." "No," he said, breaking down. "I should have trusted you. I should have believed in the woman I married." Sarah smiled faintly. "There's something else I need to tell you." She reached into her bag and handed him the silver locket. "I found her, Daniel." He looked confused. "She's alive," Sarah whispered, tears spilling down her face. "Lily, she's in the same hospital. The man who took her abandoned her when she got sick again. They brought her here last week." Daniel's breath caught.